Imagine this. The sun has just slipped below the horizon. There are no streetlights, no glowing screens, no buzzing notifications, just darkness and the soft crackle of fire. For ancient humans, nighttime wasn't just the end of the day. It was an entirely different world. A world where our brains, our bodies, and even our social lives operated in ways we barely recognize today. And here's the twist. The way you feel at night, the restlessness, the 2 a.m. awakenings, the sudden bursts of creativity, none of that is new. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It is remembering. Before we dig deeper, if you love learning about human history, ancient life, and the science behind our everyday behaviors, make sure to like this video so more people can discover it. Today, we're exploring the lost nighttime habits of ancient humans and how they achieved a circadian rhythm far more natural than ours. Let's start with the moment everything changed. The discovery of fire. Before fire, humans were prey. Nighttime meant danger, predators, cold, and complete vulnerability. And here's the wild part. Just 30 feet of light from a campfire completely rewired the human brain. Fire didn't just keep predators away. It extended our day and created a safe bubble of warmth and visibility. And inside that bubble, something magical happened. Humans talked, shared stories, passed down knowledge, bonded, planned, and created culture. Anthropologists call this the campfire revolution. The moment humans became storytellers. Firelight lowered cortisol, increased oxytocin, slowed brainwaves, and primed the mind for reflection and connection. Fire didn't just protect us, it shaped who we became. Our ancestors didn't spend their nights sleeping straight through. They spent hours awake, talking, thinking, dreaming, imagining, all under the glow of fire. If you're enjoying this journey into the past, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. Now let's talk about the biggest myth of modern life, the 8-hour block of sleep. We treat it like the gold standard, but historically, it's brand new. For thousands of years, humans slept in 2 phases. First sleep, the watch, and second sleep. First sleep lasted about 3 to 4 hours. Then came the watch, a natural period of midnight wakefulness. And finally, second sleep until sunrise. This wasn't rare or a disorder. It was the norm. People used the watch to pray, think, journal, tend the fire, or check on animals. Doctors in the 1600s even wrote prescriptions that said, after your first sleep. Quick question for you. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling strangely calm or alert? Tell us in the comments. We're curious how many of us still experience this ancient rhythm. During the watch, the brain enters a unique state. Prolactin, which interacts with neurotransmitters like serotonin, helps to promote a deep, warm sense of calm, tranquility, and emotional stability rises in our body. Stress hormones drops, creativity increases, and the mind becomes calm but alert. It's almost meditative. Some historians believe this is when humans had their deepest insights, when the world was quiet and the fire was low. Modern science is rediscovering this state. It's similar to meditation, light trance, and flow state. Artists and inventors often say their best ideas come at night, not because they're night owls, but because ancient biology is resurfacing. If this is blowing your mind even a little, share this video with someone who's always awake at 2 a.m. They'll finally understand why. Now let's fast forward to today. We traded firelight for LED screens, stars for streetlights, and natural darkness for 24 hours of brightness. And our biology is struggling to keep up. Blue light suppresses melatonin by up to 80%. Phones keep our brains in a constant state of alertness. We go to bed overstimulated and wake up exhausted. We've lost the slow wind down by the fire, the 2-phase sleep, and the midnight watch. But here's the hopeful part. Your body still remembers these phases. Your circadian rhythm isn't broken, it's just confused. When you reduce artificial light and reconnect with natural darkness, your sleep begins to fall back into place. But to really understand ancient nights, we need to go deeper into the stories, rituals, and beliefs that shaped how humans behaved after dark. Let me tell you one of the oldest nighttime stories ever recorded. Thousands of years ago, in a small hunter-gatherer group in East Africa, elders would gather children around the fire and tell them about the night walkers. These weren't monsters. They were the brave members of the tribe who stayed awake during the watch. Their job was to listen, not for predators, but for the world itself. They believed the night had a voice. The wind carried messages. The stars shifted with meaning, and dreams were not random. They were guidance. During the watch, people would interpret dreams from their first sleep. They believed the mind was closest to the spirit world during that midnight window. Some tribes even made important decisions, like when to move camp, based on dreams shared during the watch. Imagine that. A whole community pausing at midnight to reflect, share dreams, and make choices together. Night wasn't something to survive. It was something sacred. And here's something even more fascinating. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer tribes like the Hadza found that someone is awake almost every minute of the night. Not because they're insomniacs, but because humans evolved to sleep in shifts. It kept the group safe. It kept the fire alive. It kept the stories flowing. So when you wake up at night, you're not broken. You're fulfilling a role your ancestors depended on. Another interesting fact, ancient humans didn't fear darkness the way we do. They respected it. They used the stars as a calendar, a compass, and a clock. The Milky Way wasn't just a pretty sight, it was a map. Some cultures believed it was the path souls traveled after death. Others used it to track seasons, migrations, and weather patterns. Today, most of us can't even see the Milky Way because of light pollution. We've traded the universe for a screen. Here's another question for you. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and actually saw stars? Let us know in the comments. We're genuinely curious. Ancient humans also used nighttime for creativity. Archaeologists believe some cave paintings were created during the watch. The flickering firelight made the animals on the walls appear to move, almost like animation. Imagine painting in a cave at midnight, surrounded by shadows, using fire to bring your art to life. Night wasn't empty. It was alive. It was inspiring. And maybe that's why so many of us feel more emotional, more thoughtful, or more creative at night. We're tapping into something ancient, a part of ourselves that modern life has tried to silence. So the next time you find yourself awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why your brain won't shut off, remember this: you're not malfunctioning. You're not broken. You're not alone. You're experiencing a rhythm older than civilization itself. If you enjoyed this dive into the lost nighttime world of our ancestors, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, have you experienced the midnight watch ever in your life? Your body might just be remembering who you were, long before electricity. If you want to know what ancient people did first thing in the morning, watch our next video. It will blow your mind.